In this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to win more points at the net in singles. So let's first watch two separate points and then we'll diagram them. So here's the first point we saw, and it has the server approaching, and it's a, return down the middle. It's not super deep, so the server is able to move around this shot and hit a forehand, and she ends up hitting it behind the returner who's recovering toward the middle. It's a great strategy, and she comes to the net on this. Now, this is where so many players make the mistake. Players are at the net with a volley, and they need to end the point. And if you look at her opponent, way off the court, this should be easy, right? You've got all of this court. The mistake that is made when players are in this situation is they hit deep volleys. When you make your volley land deep in this scenario, it is a shorter distance for your opponent to get the ball. So let's see when she makes contact with this ball right there. So there's contact. And we can see the opponent in the doubles alley. Now, let's check how many steps are taken by the baseliner. And there's one step. So we're looking at this player right here. There's a second step, 3, 4, there's her fourth step, and she's making contact with the ball. Now, here's what's interesting. I wasn't sure why the net player did what she did, but she actually catches this ball. This ball lands in. This ball lands right on the line. And watch the player up here. Watch how she catches the ball with her hand. She actually catches the ball. And the player, this woman, she's like, wait a minute, wasn't that ball in? And if we look at the chair umpire, he puts his hand out right there. You can see his hand right there. He says, good. He puts it flat out like that ball was good. And the returner actually wins this point. We can tell because we can see that the server has the asterisk and the returner is up 15-love. So that was actually pretty interesting. But here's the whole idea with this. When you have the open court, you cannot think, oh, I'm going to hit hard and deep. Because when you do that, it's actually a shorter distance for the opponent to run that ball down. Now, here's the second point we watched. And the returner hits a much deeper return. So that's when she gets the ball that she can punish. She moves around. Here's an inside-in forehand. Inside-in means you move around the ball to hit it on your forehand side, and you take it up the line. That's what inside-in is. So she hits a ball. She's coming to the net. So here is a very similar scenario. You have a volleyer at the net, and I'm going to have people say, yeah, but this ball's low and the other ball was high. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. What you're learning is going to work no matter if it's a high or a low ball. You have a player off on one side with an entire court open. What this player does, the volleyer, is she ends up hitting the ball short. So she looks to hit the ball short in the box. So let's see where her ball lands. And we can see that the ball is landing, halfway between the service line and the net. And she ends up winning the point. The baseliner running up to get that ball cannot get it in time. So now let's check how many steps it takes for her to get to that ball. So there's contact by the volleyer. So let's watch the person running. And let's see how many steps it takes her to get to this ball. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right there. 8 steps. So the volleyer, by hitting it short, made the baseliner have to run twice as many steps. Now, is it exactly comparing apples to apples? No. I think in this scenario, this player was actually standing farther back, but she wasn't standing 4 steps farther back. So you got the idea. When you come to the net and you are thinking of winning the point with your volley, and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to end the point with my shot. Look to make your ball land in the service box rather than thinking hitting hard and deep, because it's actually a shorter distance for your opponent to run that ball down. Now, if you're looking for people in your local area to play against, practice with, or find a coach who can help you with your strategy, then use my link in the description, playyourcourt.com/2minute tennis. So when you use my link, you get 50% off when you join. So when you're at the net in singles and you want to end the point, volley short. And when you do, there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. You got this.